We're just normal men.
What do you mean, normal men?
We're just innocent men.
It's time for Side Scrollers with me, Stuttering Craig.
I did. Oh, wow! Right on the tip. Just on the tip.
And Blabs. Co-hosted by our friends from around the internet.
There is a portion of Norway where it is legally required to carry a firearm at all times.
If you're just a normal man looking for common sense in this crazy-ass world, you've come to the right place. And now, broadcasting from our homes from around the internet, it's time for Side Scrollers. Welcome out to Side Scrollers on YouTube.com and Rumble.com, and most importantly, SidescrollersPlus.com. What's going on, everybody? Happy Wednesday to you. It is Hump Day. We're going to crest that hump and ride smoothly into the weekend. Hello, everybody. Good to see you. We have a fairly large show today, as a ghost of Christmas past has appeared on the internet.com, and we'll be discussing why that ghost of Christmas past has appeared, as I looked at their YouTube channel and they very much are dead. With that said, joining us today, big show, lots of guests. As always, the fart queen herself, Blabs.
I'm not a fart queen, but I have Christmas trolls today. So not only are there trolls in the mic, but there's trolls on my ears, and I'm excited about it. Anyway, hi.
It's great to hear. Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's awesome. Do you have trolls for every holiday?
No, but I've seen they made Thanksgiving ones where it's like little trolls that look like pilgrims, and I really want to get them, but it's too late, so maybe next year.
Well, now you can get them with their maybe at a discount.
Right? But they're on eBay, so it's not really like a discount or anything because they don't make them anymore. They're from like the 90s.
That's tough, man. Modern living, am I right?
I should try to get Furby earrings. Oh my god, what a level up. Huh? Gong.
It is Wednesday. Gotta snort. It is Wednesday, which means every other Wednesday we're greatness. That is Mally Mouse. Hello, Mally.
Hi, how are you guys?
You doing all right?
Oh, yeah, I'm thoroughly entertained, as always.
Oh, good. That's what we try to do here on a day-to-day basis, you know?
Yeah.
Speaking of snorts, we have somebody in our chat who's like, we only care about DSP news. It's like, okay.
Really?
Yeah. Well, it was one guy over there. So when I say the chat, we all know it. That's like when you say everybody loves me, and it's like two people who are like, way to go, Blabs, and everyone else is like, fuck her. But she's like, everybody loves me.
Everybody does.
That's right, Blabs.
Everybody hates Blabs.
It's a new intro song.
Well, we'll get to that. We'll get everybody hating you in just a minute. Speaking of hating you, this is the first time that you girls have seen each other since this weekend, and I'm actually kind of hesitant to see what's going to happen here. And just as a quick recap, I think it's important that we show everybody what exactly happened this weekend, and then we'll bring in our guest. Here is exactly what happened. If you missed it, here is the betrayal.
You really punched me there in the end. You're both incredible, but most importantly, my partner in crime, Blabs. We do Side Scrollers podcasts so often together, and we rock it. And I just love so much what we get to do together. And can I give you a hug? Is that okay? Can I give you a hug? Thank you so much for everything you've done. Oh, this girl is amazing. I love her so much.
It's so sweet. It's so sweet and lovely.
You're amazing. You're amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my God! What the fuck was that?
It's no longer sweet and lovely.
Here. Somebody has to fucking take charge. This is for 11/11. This is for 11/21. This is for every fucking gaming history that she fucked up. Every fucking incredible game that she missed. That's it. I'm fucking done. I'm done with this shit. I cannot put up with this anymore. Fuck
Yeah,
off.
put her in our place.
So, Mally, I don't know if you witnessed that or not. That was
I did. I witnessed it live.
yeah, it was.
She was actually texting, going, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, I was.
Well, listen, I'll tell you this. You said yesterday that you had to ice your vagina. So let's bring on
I had to do it many times.
let's bring on the person who caused you to ice said vagina. Kay from Melee Games. Kay, let's separate you all a little bit. Let's actually
Thank you.
Keep you separated.
Thanks.
Let's keep you all
Now
separated.
I'm in the middle. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yep. Kay, you gonna be all right today?
Look, I'm a professional, Craig, at the end of the day, and I said what needed to be said. I'm here to stand up for the gamers. That's all it is, man. That's all it is.
Well, I appreciate your bravery and coming on.
Mally just in the middle sipping a drink. Sorry, it's funny. She's just squinting her eyes like, what the fuck's going on?
I don't know. I'm hearing a lot of cope right now. So, look, I'm here. I want to talk to the people about video games today. I hope we get to some great topics today. I think it's going to be a great show. And let's hope that gaming history improves in the future.
Well, we'll get to that very, very shortly. Kay, thank you very much for being here. Appreciate it. And we'll cut this tension with a knife. It's ridiculous. Listen, speaking of, I don't even know what I'm going to say here. It's Phoenix. Hello, Phoenix.
How you doing? I actually have a question. Do you mind if I have 30 seconds?
Yes, everybody here is Phoenix for 30 seconds.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I actually have a question for the big betrayer on this podcast. Kay, I will remind you, a couple of days before that horrible event took place, you and I both got serviced by the Fart Queen. I will remind you this, okay? What took place? What happened?
I'm very skilled.
She first farted on our leg and then she went to town, and it was fantastic. Kay, I want to know what happened between that servicing and that event that you decided to do that little turn there. Please tell me what happened in those brief days between.
Phoenix, it was post-nut clarity. That's it. It was post-nut clarity. It made me realize, wow, I needed that. And now I understand how bad gaming history has been and everything I've put up with.
And so you need her in the very vagina that you were serviced in.
You have to do what you have to do to defend the gamers, man.
Betrayal.
I don't know. I think it's a little steep. I don't know. Listen, when I picked her lifeless body off the ground, here's what I told her. I said, Blabs, listen to me. I don't know how this all ends, but I will train you. If it's a video game competition, I will help you. Whatever you need, Blabs, I've got your back, because if you listen, she serviced me under that desk and we've made out many times with AI. I feel there's a kinship here. And Kay, damn it, I will defend her honor so that I can continue getting AI made out with and serviced under a desk. That's what I say.
I feel
There's
like
me dropping the mic.
I feel like putting you next to Blabs makes a lot of sense here.
It does make sense.
So I'll tell you, I'm going to be impartial and sit here in the middle. For those of you who don't know what Phoenix is talking about, just the other day while they were in Florida, it was quite an incredible moment where
we were having several minutes. Yeah,
we were having a
intense.
very, very touching moment talking about an 88-year-old gentleman who just recently received $1.7 million to
I think
retire.
we need him as an emo.
It was a tough day, and during the middle of the story, we went over to see Blabs and Phoenix and Kay's reaction, and we listen, Mally. I don't know if you saw this, but this was quite abrupt when out of nowhere you see Blabs coming out. Blabs coming out from underneath the desk here, as you can see. As I scroll down, where is she? Oh, that's right. She's right there. And look at Phoenix's face right there. He was a happy boy. And then
even happier.
Kay also happy at the time. But
it was a moment of joy. Who doesn't have that moment of joy right after the act? But and then you sit with your thoughts, right? Every man knows they've sat with their thoughts before, and they go, "Wow, what is my life? What am I doing?" And I went, "Wow, how many times have I been on the show? And gaming history has been absolute dog shit, and we just laugh it off and we move on." Well, I'm done with that.
I understand.
I want to talk about real video games.
What's your thoughts on this, Mally?
I kind of just to emulate what Kay said is like, what is my life and what am I doing right now? Because this
I
is
understand.
a lot of, as usual, I come on the show and I'm shared with a lot of info that I could have lived my whole life without, you know.
It's pretty
When
standard.
you pop off, you think of work. That's where your head goes.
You could say there was a happy ending to the whole situation.
We need to make him an emote for the
Let's go.
channel.
All right.
Goddamn guy. Every time I see him.
Anyways, well, if we can, keep things cordial today, I'd really appreciate
I'll
that.
be
All right.
nice. I'll be nice. I promise.
Thank
I'll
you.
Be nice.
Blabs, you
We
going to
can
be nice today?
professional.
I'm always nice.
Sure. All right. Phoenix, you going to be okay? You going to be a good boy?
Professional as always.
Thank you. Appreciate that. All right. So we're talking Anita Sarkessian. Somehow she was trending on the internet.com. We have Joe Rogan getting snubbed in the, like, of all things, like Joe Rogan in a podcast category got snubbed, which is silly. WB Games. I don't know if y'all saw this, but WB Games has literally zero value. That's not according to the internet. That's not according to what things they've released. That's according to the company that's been evaluating them. Literally zero value. We'll get to that a little bit later on. So if you're new, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button. Join the 135,000 just normal men who have found us over here on YouTube, and the nearly 30,000 who have found us over on Rumble, as we continue to grow a little bit more every single day. We're also available on Kick, on Twitch, and you can find the show syndicated every single day over at Spotify. So if you guys want to find us over there, you can do that. Coming up next week on Monday, we have our first ever edition of the Plus podcast. Looking forward to doing that, whereas we're getting all of our Plus partners together. We're going to be streaming that live Monday night at 6 p.m. Central Time. Hopefully you guys tune in for that. It'll be a nice little Plus partner exclusive fun time. And before that, all next week, I'm bringing it back. It's something I did before Side Scrollers, but those who know. Actually, no, I did it at the very beginning of Side Scrollers as well. The Mario Funathon. I'll be doing 2 hours a day next week, Monday through Friday. You'll be able to find it on Kick and on Rumble and Twitch and Plus. Everywhere but YouTube, because YouTube's silly about that type of thing. So I'll be doing some gameplay, and the whole premise is get through all of the Mario games, and pretty much y'all fuck me over constantly. It's pretty much a horrible time. So anyways, looking forward to that. That'll be starting at 2 o'clock Central Time next week. So the Mario Funathon returns once a year. I'm bringing it back, you sons of bitches. So it should be fun. All right. With that said, big show today. Glad everybody's with us. Does anybody have anything important they'd like to share before we get into all the fun stuff? Perfect. All right, it's time for Today in Gaming History.
Today in Gaming History with Blabs.
That's me.
Okay, there, Guamanian fart queen. What do we got today?
Right, so December 10th, everybody, we have Fatal Fury 2, released in Japan 1992. We have Doom 1993, but Doom released in 1993, and then the, whatever the fuck Cyberpunk 2077 release was, that was also 5 years ago today in 2020. Ta-da!
Okay, all right. So on the surface, Blabs, not bad.
Banger list.
Nope, yeah, I'd say pretty good. Kay, let's get your thoughts on that. Your thoughts on this list here?
I'm just going to say, ever since I put this woman in her place, 2 out of the 3 lists have been pretty good, and I've been here for both of them.
There it is.
So...
That's Blabs there on the right side right there. Just hanging out. That's her.
It's my favorite thing ever. I'm just going to put it up every time.
Well, some noticeable games that you missed today, Blabs. What's
up?
That's so accurate.
I agree. Some noticeable games that you missed today, Blabs, include the greatness that is RBI Baseball for the Nintendo Entertainment System. RBI Baseball is one of the best arcade baseball games ever made. Spectacular. You mentioned Doom and Fatal Fury 2. Fatal Fury 2, pretty solid, yeah. R-Type 3 for the Super Nintendo. Phoenix, I bet you got something on this, huh?
Sure, absolutely. I love the R-Type games. I'm terrible at them. But each one is typically better than the other one. I mean, everyone I've played is fantastic.
The thing about R-Type 3 in particular, the one for the Super Nintendo, is that it is known for its noticeable slowdown. That's kind of the thing when it comes to this. There are points in the game where it grinds almost to a halt. And I actually saw a re-release of this game that was patched up by the fans that removed all the slowdown. Pretty cool. So you can play it in its original intended state. So yeah, pretty fun stuff. Wario's Woods was released for the NES in 1994. Does anybody know the notable nature of Wario's Woods? Blabs?
Drop the lore on us, Craig.
I will. Phoenix, I bet you know.
Is that Wario's first appearance?
Let's flip that around. That is actually the last Nintendo Entertainment System game that was released.
Oh, wow.
Yes, that was I'd say for that time. Obviously, there were other games that have been released since then. But yeah, Wario's Woods was just a simple puzzle game. You got to remember, this is 3 years into the life cycle of the SNES. So it's kind of what it was notable for at the time. And, we've seen other like homebrew NES games and things like that since then, since it's got kind of popular. But this is, for its time, the last NES game. So a little puzzle game, Wario's Woods, back then. So now that is the lore behind that. Turok 2, Seeds of Evil, released for the N64 27 years ago.
All 7 frames of it. That was a 7 frames per second game.
Yes.
That game did not run well.
I have the demo for that, which is a notable collector's edition. I don't know why it is, but if you try to get the demo for Turok 2, I think it runs you a pretty good little chunk of change.
Is it a black cart?
It is not. Okay. It is not. Oh wow! Holy shit! I had no idea it's worth this much. Oh my god! If anybody wants to buy it, come let me know. Okay, the demo for Turok 2. Any guesses on how much Turok 2, the demo, the physical cart is?
Oh, that's 200. 100 at least, like 300, 5. I would go 450.
850.
Blabs, you said what?
I said 200.
Mally, any guesses on the random demo from the N64 Turok 2?
I'm gonna go 250.
You're all wrong. $1,700.
Wow.
I was closer.
God dang. I don't even know. Like,
dang.
Yeah.
You.
I guess. I have it sitting over there. It's just hanging out. That's pretty damn cool. I don't know why. I legitimately have no idea why the demo's worth that. But somebody gave that to me many, many years ago. I was like, that's very nice of you.
On gold. Holy.
Yeah, just like literally just handing me a bunch of money. I was like, okay, thank you. Now it's just sitting over there. I don't know what to do with it, but maybe sell it. All right. We also have Fatal Frame 2, Crimson Butterfly for the PlayStation 2 right there. Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate for the 3DS. Doodle Kingdom for the Windows mobile device over there. And let's see, Mech Warrior 5 for the PC. Mentioned Cyberpunk, which I think I would say this about Cyberpunk 2077. After a disastrous launch, they've done a spectacular job of recovering from there, and they should be commended for that.
I struggle with Cyberpunk. Like, I've seen how it is now, and I'm like, okay, this actually looks really great. I get why people champion it, but I was there when the game first launched, and I actually bought it on launch day, so I saw how awful it was, and it is very difficult for me to give Cyberpunk kudos. Like, I would have put Turok on this list over Cyberpunk, but I understand Cyberpunk has a huge following, and it is really good now. So I'm just not a fan of this trend in gaming where it's like, oh, we can fix our game 5 years from now. Why don't you give me a good product on launch day when I buy it?
Let them know. Let them know, Kay.
I agree with Kay on that it should have obviously launched better. But as someone who has played and beat Cyberpunk on literally every single system, I love that game, and it absolutely deserves to be on this list. And it should be rewarded that as if the developer keeps at it and actually does what they were supposed to do, that they deserve a little bit of credit. It's exactly like No Man's Sky, that came out abysmal and then really turned things around monumentally, to the point that now they're like the video game darlings.
Well, like, we're paying to be their beta testers. Like, they have no
agree.
problem taking so much money away from us and then giving us a dog shit product. And then they're like, oh, look, we fixed it. And everyone's like, oh, look at this amazing game now. It's like, well, how much of, like, we paid to do that for you. What? That should be in your own development process.
I actually have a photo of Phoenix looking at how proud he was of Cyberpunk 2077.
There it is.
Right here. There it is.
Right there.
So happy. So. All right. Some other noticeable games include it's a pretty damn good game. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Rita's Rewind. That came out 1 year ago.
Excellent game. We actually played that a bit during the Fundathon, Craig.
I know.
It was like 6:30 in the morning, and James and I are like, okay, we're going to do it. And man, if you guys have not picked up Rita's Rewind, it is a fantastic game. Now, is it a bit rough around the edges with its mechanics? Yes. But the amount of creativity in there, the amount of love for the actual Power Rangers IP is fantastic. And you have like so many different modes. Like, you can go into like full-on battles, you have the beat 'em up segment, you have a motorcycle segment, which I'm a sucker for. It's such a love letter to Power Rangers. I recommend it to anyone and everyone that loves that series.
Well, you can pick it up now because it was released 1 year ago today. And that is Today in Gaming History. Chat, let us know what you rate Blabs lists on a scale of A to F in the chat, please. West says, Mally, any updates in your contact with Rachel Zegler? I'm guessing not, based on the fact that you seem not interested in responding at all. Either way, it is an interesting story. I hope other high-profile people reach out to you in the future. It's great content, and I hope we get more of it.
Yeah, Bestie never responded. I did get coerced into replying to her. Blab sent me the perfect video to send back to her, just the weird, and I sent it. Never even got read though. She seemed to have just like one and done'd me. So
what? Wham bam, thank you, ma'am. That sucks.
Yeah,
it's rough to hear. I'm sorry to hear that she treated you so poorly.
Yeah. It was a really.
She fears you.
Yeah, it was a really disrespectful. I feel kind of like discriminated against, to be honest, because like I do identify as a mouse after all, and she reached out to me and just it was. I have grievances.
That's rightfully so, and I understand and I appreciate your you fighting through that, and we'll do our best to connect you two in the future and see if we can make that happen.
Yeah.
Matt Hatter says, just saying, while Blabs was dead, the show started at 11:04. Just saying. We did start early that day. Yeah. B. Barrett says, heard about yesterday's news. Pets are family. Sorry about your loss, Craig. Yeah, man. Tough one. Tough one. Miss the old Bowser. Had a tough last few days. Been the last 6 months. Honestly, like I was thinking about this. Been pretty fucked up. Like I've had a lot of death in my life the last 6 months. It's like I don't want to trauma dump or drama dump or whatever, however it is on you guys, but man, I had like neighbors die and friends and families. Like it's been fucked up, man. And it all capped off hopefully with Bowser. So no thanks. Tina Lee says, replace Blabs with a morning wood in that picture. I don't know what that is, but I know Blabs knows that morning wood is. Romer says, Blabber Phoenix babies win. Don't make it weird. We have a meme from Tenarian. Says, Kat, Queen of the Wii 2. Oh, look at that. Very excited. Wow, that's weird. Thank you, Tenarian. You did make it weird. Yeah.
Will anyone be able to dethrone me from my crown as Queen of the Wii? We'll see.
Maybe next year. We'll see. Yeah. Kataka says, I still think how the newest AVGN game was actually released on the NES is pretty cool. I agree. I think that's very, very cool. I don't know if you guys, Phoenix, did you see that? The new Angry Video Game Nerd game released for Steam and you going to pick it up?
Probably not. My collecting days are kind of over at this point, but I think for everybody else, I think that's really awesome.
I saw they had like multiple versions of it. So they had like three different versions of it. So
it's actually been pretty cool. There's a lot of independent developers now too. They also release stuff on cartridges. I think that's actually pretty neat. I'm happy to see that it's still alive and well.
Yeah. Yeah, neat to see. Suna Soul Silver says Marvel Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate was the Monster Hunter game that got me into the series. I can understand Blabs missing this since Monster Hunter at that time is still a niche series, but I adore the game. Score is a B-. There you go, Blabs. Feel good about that B-?
No, I like A's.
Well,
Tina
then
Lee-
start making A tier lists.
That's
and
right.
Then you won't have to worry about it.
Thanks,
she did
Kay.
today. It was actually, I would give it an A plus maybe times.
The chat will. The
I'll
chat.
give it a B plus.
Chat always wins. Whatever the chat says, they win. Tina Lee says there should be no double standard for AAA games. They can be released broken, then fixed later and get Game of the Year. Indie games are F if broken at launch. This is true. It just comes down to resources, really. Spencer the Prospect says $10 games like Cyberpunk and for 10 says games like Cyberpunk and No Man's Sky are why I ain't buying shit at launch anymore.
This is my point. You're breaking down consumer trust because, like, how do I feel comfortable buying a game at launch when you are just totally fine giving me a broken mess, and then 5 years later everyone is celebrating you? I get why people love Cyberpunk now, but it just irks me.
Yeah, I'm with you, Kay. 100%.
Commodore says, with so many games that release broken/jank, I rarely buy them on release anymore, so bugs can be fixed. And I also hopefully get a price drop.
Yep.
Big brain right there. And Freedom Fries came in with a $50 locals donation. Oh, there, Kirsha, good to see you. Says, give us some frolic for peace among the side scrollers. Oh, there she is. Just the peace frolicker herself, Kirsha. Thank you very much, Freedom Fries, for the ridiculous support. We appreciate that. Artemis says, hail Mally Mouse. Lovely seeing you. Hail Kay. You're missed already. Kay, hope you're better. Ladies, please, no biting or hitting below the belt. There's a shop I know that has old 90s memorabilia and remember seeing Furby's accessories. No noted, Blabs. There we go.
I like Furbies.
We know you do. Fluffy Pro, by the way, came in 13 hours ago. Like, this is, by the way, and any off-show donations, spectacular, and they will be read. Fluffy Pro says, I like how Blabs does gaming history. It shows good, bad, and just plain odd games. The only thing Blabs did wrong was not answer the growl question on Nerd Duel. I forgive her now.
That's true.
She has to ice her vagina, so she might not be able to give birth to she might give birth to a snowman.
Let it snow.
Wow. No, you do not get to play the Blabs gong. That is only me, Blabs. Only I get to play the Blabs gong.
Hey, bro.
No. He also said, I'm sorry to hear about Bowser, Craig. You guys made me laugh during rough times, especially Chairgate. As a small way to pay back, I'm sending you and your family well wishes. Well, thank you, Fluffy Pro. Appreciate that greatly. Okay, let's go and get moving. We have a lot to talk about today and not a lot of time to do it. It is time for my favorite segment, your favorite segment, everybody in the world's favorite segment. It is time for Hard News.
Hard news.
Okay, really important question to start off this conversation, and that is based off the poll. You said you want to hear this story first. This is the person we're talking about here. This person's name, yes, this person's name is Anita Sarkessian. And I know one person on our panel goes back deep with Anita to the Gamergate days. Hello.
I am a veteran of the meme wars, folks. Hello. Nice to see you. For those of you who don't know who Anita Sarkessian is, if I may, Craig, break it down a little bit.
Yes, please.
Okay. Well, Anita Sarkessian was infamous around the 2013 to 2017 era specifically. She had something called Feminist Frequency along with two other people. And their whole goal was to kind of break down the tropes in video games and talk about how women and minorities struggle in the space. So there was a Kickstarter and they made about $150,000. And they started this series called Tropes versus Women in Video Games. And the whole purpose of the show is Anita Sarkessian sits in front of a camera and she dissects different video games and how the tropes inside those video games are negative towards women. Of course, the internet took a lot of issue with that, myself included.
Well, you may be asking yourself, what happened to feminist frequency? What happened to that back in the day? Why, there was a lot of pushback on feminist frequency, and I'll get to exactly what happened to it in just a minute. You mentioned feminist frequency. You mentioned the tropes versus women in video games. Mm-hmm. She was a big part of Gamergate, and she continued feminist frequency until 2023, but it has since been brought back. I don't know if you've seen this or not. Have you seen this, Kay?
Shut down and then brought back. Yeah, I've seen a little bit.
The channel right now, Feminist Frequency, is now Feminist Frequency Radio. It has 209,000 subscribers on it. Now you may be saying to yourself, that's a lot, right? And you see, it says created by Anita Sarkessian, Feminist Frequency ran as an organization from 2009 to 2023, providing video commentaries exploring gender representation, myths, and messages in pop culture media. Now, host Kat Spada continues Feminist Frequency Radio's legacy as an independent podcast with fun new conversations about entertainment that asks you to be critical of the media you love. So you can see the wonderful, they're not an X of all things.
I wonder why. That blue sky.
Shocking.
Well, if you want to follow them over on Blue Sky, you can. They got 214 followers over there. They haven't quite transitioned their audience over there yet. And they haven't quite transitioned their audience to the new Feminist Frequency. As you can see, they just posted a new episode 7 hours ago, and it has 62 views.
62 views. And the 2 weeks ago on 380. Oh my God, how they've fallen.
It just feels like there's not a market for this. I just, at a certain point.
It's just pointless whining. I mean, we can obviously dive deep today into Anita, but she's just pointlessly whining constantly. And people are awake to that. And even people who would take her side 10 years ago are going, okay, we've had enough of this. You're just nitpicking at dumb stuff at this point. So it doesn't surprise me, the huge drop off, but that is hilarious to see.
Well, unfortunately, they don't like to have much discussion here, as the comments are turned off on all of their videos. So I don't
want to get harassed. Mm-hmm. Don't harass us. You can't say anything to us.
All right. So why are we talking about Anita Sarkessian today? It's because the internet is talking about Anita Sarkessian today. And this stems from a single post from an account called Buffy's, and it said, "Post a woman who gets hate for no reason." This was the origin story of this post right here. So you can see this right here, 5.8 million views, and a quote tweet on this had Anita Sarkessian. It says, over her critiquing video games, mind you, here. Now, yes.
One of the worst examples for this, too, because there's a lot of reason this woman gets hate. A lot.
Well, I agree with that, because this has 4 million views and not even 500 likes. So, yeah.
Yeah, 100%. And they have been ratioed beyond belief over here. By the way, they included Five Guys, Zoe Quinn as well.
Burgers and fries, baby. Oh, my God. The whole band's getting back together. Look at that.
Now, real quick, do you want to give Mally a rundown of who this person is?
Oh, God.
Just a quick blurb.
She looks like she's stuck in Pinterest 2013.
A game developer type person. She was kind of getting in bed with journalists, and she ended up pretty much leading to somebody offing themselves because of how aggressive she was towards them and trying to push them out of the gaming space. It's
is-
she in my opinion, I will say she has blood on her hands.
Whoa.
Mally, you truly don't understand the impact that these women had, not just in video games, but in culture.
Yeah.
As Kay mentioned this before the show, but these people and their movement, these two women in particular, I would say and I think, Kay, you were right when you mentioned this pre-show. They led to the original electing of Donald Trump. I think it was a direct response to their movement here and just kind of the pushback. Phoenix, what do you remember about Anita Sarkessian and the whole Gamergate stuff?
I actually, believe it or not, I was not really aware of the whole Gamergate and all that other stuff because I was fighting my own fight with the industry at that time. But yeah, I do remember how much, though, it created a very clear division. So on social media, it was everywhere. I didn't really understand what was going on, but there was very clear sides, and everyone started arguing, and it seemed to be having a huge cultural impact that I was not aware of. So I actually appreciate Kay kind of filling in for Mally and I.
She does, like, the thing is with this situation, why I believe it led to the election of Donald Trump, is it definitely red pilled a lot of people to understand why politics and culture is important, and something that was very personal to a lot of people who otherwise kind of stayed out of this stuff, which is video games, like really massively got attacked, and men were just accosted literally for enjoying video games. And so it just opened this spiral of like, well, why do they hate me just because I'm a white man? And then people looking into more and more and more, and people being more active in the conversation. And, you know, I truly believe like Donald Trump's original election was because of the internet and because of the conversation there. So it brought a lot more people into the fold to be like, we need a change. We need people to actually like stand up and fix everything. So it's crazy. It's a little domino and a huge roll of things, but we're here today because of Gamergate.
Right. And that's become a big, like, I was educated on Gamergate, and since this show has begun, it was always, I'm with Phoenix on this, right? Like, even back at Screw Attack, we kept our head down, and that's when all this was going on, and people would ask us our opinion on it, and I had no idea what to say about it because I wasn't really following all that stuff, right? And I was naive to what was happening. But I want to go back to this statement that this was all built around this simple premise of a woman who gets hate for no reason, right? This is a lady who went into the video game industry and has later went on to say this.
In short, I've been playing games for most of my life.
I'm not a fan of video games.
The reality of this lifelong involvement with video games isn't convenient for my detractors, so they try to construct a different narrative using whatever fabrications they can muster. One particularly amusing conspiracy theory has to do with my original Kickstarter video. So, these screenshots were lifted from that video and are still passed around as proof that I'm a fraud.
I actually had to learn a lot about video games in the process of making this.
Because the light on the Xbox logo is not clearly visible, they have deduced that not only that I am a fake gamer who just pretends to play games, but also that I don't even know how to turn on a controller.
It's just gross.
The reality that LEDs don't show up very well on video when filming in a room with bright sunlight just didn't occur to them, I guess.
Anyways, you get the idea. You get the idea. She really talked out both sides of her mouth, and she went out of her way. She admitted she never played games or disliked them for nothing more than women and them being attractive. Right here.
Yeah.
She even, as it said, went to the UN. She spoke in front of the UN to talk about this. This was a major player, Mally, for a while.
Yeah,
And
she went to the UN to pretty much say, I get harassed on the internet all the time, and she was a big push in like internet censorship, and she was part of Twitter's Trust and Safety Council back in the day too, if you guys know about that. So she was really deeply involved in trying to censor everybody, and part of the complaints she had at the UN is, well, people call me a liar on the internet. And then you look at her saying very clearly she doesn't play video games, followed by her then trying to act like she does. That's lying.
So if you look to her left, you're right. Look who's directly next to her. That one right there, Miss Five Guys herself.
They always look like this. They always look like this.
Right. So she's been roasted here, and just again, people bringing back just the sheer nonsense of the statement that she didn't deserve what she got. I would say some people say that's victim blaming. No. She fucked up, man. She fucked up. She ruined a hobby. She ruined a lot of culture. And as this person pointed out, she was literally incorrect about it, though. Like, it wasn't even came to a weird conclusion. She had to literally play the games the incorrect way to achieve the results to make your arguments make sense. Being mad at the chef because your sirloin steak wasn't vegan over here.
There's so many examples of this. Sorry, I'm really autistic about this topic.
Go ahead, go. Yeah.
But so for example, she would claim that in Grand Theft Auto that you would have, if running over prostitutes would reward you more points. Therefore, the game was pushing real life violence against women. The thing is that you hit any civilian in GTA and you get the same result. So she would go out of her way to be like, if you target a woman in a video game, you get rewarded higher for that, which is completely untrue. And she tried making a similar argument in Hitman as well. So she said the same thing in Hitman. She's like, oh yeah, if you attack women in Hitman, then you get rewarded for it. Guess what? You attack anyone in Hitman, it is the exact same thing, where essentially you get punished for accosting civilians. And she would just try to make it seem like, oh, it's the women. It's the women. No, it's any NPC. So that's just like one like really blatant, easy example of how she would just twist everything in order to make it sound like this is only towards women. It's like, no, in GTA, there's no, like, regardless of who you hit in GTA, you get the same result. Regardless of who you hit in Hitman, same thing.
You saw this from Endymion, just to kind of further this home. Says Anita Sarkessian played games wrong on purpose so she could report them being bad to fit her narrative. She didn't even write her own scripts. A guy did it for her. And once he left, all of her content cratered because she couldn't do it herself. Yes. Also, she married herself as a cherry on top of the pathetic pie.
I'm sure you want to touch on the marriage thing, but I want to touch on what Endymion said about writing her own scripts.
Yeah,
well.
Go ahead.
Oh, dear Lord, that picture.
Yes, we'll this is her getting married to herself.
Of course, gay ass flowers. Oh my God. Oh.
It's so funny to me. So, for those of you who don't know, feminist frequencies, tropes versus women in video games, it had another person involved, and that is Jonathan McIntosh. And he was a co-writer and producer of Anita's show that would go through and dig on the portrayals of women. So she didn't even write all of this herself. She had a man behind the camera helping her do that. And she constantly tries to act like this didn't happen and that she was writing everything herself. And look, I have no doubt in my mind that she was definitely like a part of that, but she also had this man helping her do that. And you could see through the social media activity that Jonathan ultimately had the same opinions that Anita was putting on in front of a camera. It's night and day. It's very easy. And some of this is lost in time. We all know with the meme wars, things get wiped on the internet, sadly. But eventually they actually split up and her content cratered completely. It was not the same content that she was producing. And it was so clear that a lot of this came from a man.
The ultimate irony in that statement, just this, the feminist frequency coming from a dude, you know?
Yeah, from a beta male. Never go full Macintosh, folks.
Well, he's gone on, and his channel, by the way, is called Pop Culture Detective, this Jonathan McIntosh guy. And He is still producing content. His last video was 6 months ago, and it is his video. Here we go. Look at this. This is look at his list of videos. The myth of the alpha male, patriarchy according to the Barbie movie. Here.
Oh, he's still going. He's talking about the
yeah.
Barbie movie. Oh my God.
Yeah. So there we go. He's still going and blowing, and on the other side, Feminist Frequency is still just blowing right there.
Well, based on the views alone, you can tell he was the one doing it.
Right. We saw this meme as well. I think this really sums it up pretty great. And I'll tell you what, Blabs, how about you read the left side and I'll read the right side, okay?
Okay. I love the games and books.
Then why do you want to change it?
I can't see the rest of it. I just want more people to feel comfortable in the hobby.
Tell the truth.
I'm a nihilistic postmodern asshat that hates your political beliefs and just wants to break your toys.
Thank you.
Incredible. Truly incredible.
There it is. So that is why Anita Sarkessian is in the news again, or at least notable over on X. And the same conversation not exactly happening over on Blue Sky, unfortunately, which
you
once
did
again,
see the private chat, right?
well, yeah, that she shut down.
Yeah. So that was her
yeah.
post and everything. Though I don't know if you wanted to pull that up specifically.
Yeah, absolutely. And this was 6 days ago?
Yeah.
No, hold on. Wait, what?
Yeah, that's her post from 6 days ago.
Okay. After 15 years, I made the difficult decision to shut down Feminist Frequency, a nonprofit that challenged and supported the video games industry. To celebrate our journey and the people who made it possible, we held a prom in San Francisco in March 2024. It was an incredible party filled with sensational outfits. No, see, here's the thing. I think this didn't just happen. This post was just from a few days ago.
Yeah, honestly,
Yeah.
well, it was funded in 2009. Feminist Frequency.
Was this her date? And is this a they, them, or is this a dude?
Oh, that looks like a twink. She has many times said that she's gonna shut it down and everything.
Oh my gosh, this is the picture. Oh.
Oh God.
No matter where you look. Oh no.
Yeah.
Look at all those gamers. Wow, that's a lot of.
Why do all the
I see
guys
gamers.
look the same?
I
just
don't even know what any of these people are supposed to be.
This
Cringe. That's what they are. They're cringe.
You're
This
right.
picture alone, it like tells you everything you need to know.
Look at
about
the dramatic one at the bottom, looking up at the light. Like, I can't.
The minority front and center.
Oh.
It's honestly kind of shocking.
You know they
how-
all shoved her to the front because they're all white and privileged, so they couldn't possibly be in front of her.
Wow, that is.
Oh my gosh.
I think I need to bleach my eyes after seeing this.
Yeah, same.
That's like shockingly like. If I was to make a picture that said, make a picture of everything that's wrong in the video game industry and people who like video games, and I would say, this is it. Like, Grok, you made it. And I'll be like, that's too much. That's way too much. And they scale it back. No, that's real. That's unbelievable. Like, legitimately unbelievable. So good on the they, thems.
You know, if you really want to, laugh, I would click on Anita's profile and just read her bio. I thought that was pretty nice.
Feminist critic and inclusivity reader.
Click more.
Oh, there we are. All right, we got more. We're digging into it. Congratulations. It's very important.
Don't forget she, her.
Oh.
At the very top, right above her follower count.
It's important. Yep, she, her indeed.
The red flag for any account.
Well, she, her also married herself, as we mentioned here. And this was
Like Pokemon.
honestly like
I'm
shocking.
telling you, I want her, Pokemon, and Emma Watson to sit together and have a chat because they've all have announced that they're self-partners, self-married, whatever it is. I want to hear what they have to say. It's funny.
At a certain point, when you marry yourself, don't you just have to realize it's because nobody wants you?
Yeah, bro.
Like there's 8 billion people on Earth, and 0 people want this.
To pretend that that's empowering is one of the biggest, like, illusions, self-illusions. Like, one of the biggest things that somebody can do to just trick themselves.
Flash in the chat says her boyfriend was there watching this.
What?
I'm
What a
sorry,
cuck.
she actually is dating something?
What if that's the
Something.
case?
Well, yeah, we know
We
it's
know
not
what he
an
Oh
looks
my
like.
God,
We know what he
she's
looks like.
I think I'm gonna put money on the fact that it's that thing that was in the prom picture. I put money on the fact.
Listen, I'll do a little bit of digging here and find out really shortly. With that said, like, isn't that the most emasculating thing you could possibly think of? If you're a boyfriend and your girlfriend is marrying herself, like, talk about fucking getting
D-U-C-K.
need
That's
in
like
your
worse than
vagina.
her proposing. Imagine she just gets married without you.
I'm gonna have a birthday and I'm gonna have my own wedding. It's like, what? Woman, are you
For
that
who?
insecure that you can't even wait
Yes.
for your man to propose to you?
Yes.
It's truly baffling.
Phoenix like getting a headache.
According to the internet.com, I know, Phoenix, I know. This is even better. Okay, once again, this is AI, so take it for what it is. Anita Sarkessian is married to her husband, Captain Pike.
What?
That's apparently her husband's real name.
His first name is Captain?
I guess.
Maybe that's his
Pike.
pronoun. Maybe. I
Maybe
guess?
that's what she calls this little thing.
Ooh.
She probably doesn't have to ice her
What
vagina after
the
that. I'll tell you
hell?
that much. Who she affectionately refers to as Boo Bear. So
I'm sorry, no man wants to be called Boo Bear. Right?
Boo Bear? Boo Bear?
I hate baby names and baby talk like that.
Jaboo-
Oh, I
Jaboo-
hate it.
Oh,
God.
no.
I can't find anything
Jaboo
about her
Bear?
actually being married to a person.
Well, that's because he's an alien.
I do see something on her X page.
Yeah, I do see that as well. But
Oh,
I
it
don't
looks
want to.
fiction.
Yeah, I don't want to pull
That
that
looks
up. Either way. Well, whatever. Regardless, everything about this is fictional and silly and dumb. And she should go back to the corner where she belongs.
Permanent timeout.
Yes. In the basking in the irrelevancy that is Anita Sarkessian. So there you go. So that is why she's back in the news. And
She very much is justifiably hated, and will probably always be. That will be her legacy, being one of the most annoying women to ever exist on the internet, and causing everything that she hated. She literally caused the election of Donald Trump, probably the worst thing in her universe. So, good job.
Yeah, that has to be one of my favorite things about their side is that they help us.
You're our best soldier. Thank you, Anita.
Yeah.
Blabs, you had a note down here from Cecil.
Yeah, so Cecil texted me what I put in that document. Now, the thing is, though, I couldn't really find a whole lot about it, but I know Kay actually talked about this over the weekend when Michael was in the house. Now, if Resident Racist will respond to me, that'd be great. But she, if I remember correctly, you know about Candace Owens and the doxing and how she's actually tied to Anita Sarkessian, correct, Resident Racist?
I wouldn't say she's tied to Anita Sarkessian. Candace Owens just kind of came into the scene on her own and started this thing called Social Autopsy. I don't know for sure there was any sort of collusion between her and the other side. She came in on her own eventually, like after like a bunch of this other stuff had happened. So I would be interested to see that if that's true. It might be there was a lot that happened during the time. It was something that you were active in every single day and found new information like every minute. So maybe there was something that I didn't realize that she was connected to them. But Candace had made that platform because she had apparently gotten bullied when she was in her youth. And the platform in question essentially would put the personal information of students on there so that bullying would not happen because their information was more out there. That was kind of the gist of her platform.
Yeah, I couldn't really find a whole lot of tie-ins with Anita and Candace, but it could be possible. I don't know. But that's the message Cecil's. He's watching the show right now, so hi, Cecil.
It's possible that people on that side who were against harassment would then naturally gravitate towards supporting Social Autopsy because it would help them solve their problem of threats. So it's possible that they maybe championed that, but I don't see a case of Candace actually taking their side and being in collusion with them.
Well, a little Anita Sarkessian to start your day, everybody. Isn't that great news?
I'd rather have tea.
I have a quick question for Kay.
Sure.
The Me Too movement, did that come before it, during it? Because obviously, because there was that big momentum, and I'm curious if Gamergate came after it, that kind of popularized that kind of notion to start looking at men in industries, etc. Where do you know where that was?
Gamergate would have sat around 2014-ish. So when did Me Too start?
2016.
I remember hearing Me Too stuff like several years into Gamergate, but I also was more video game centric than I was Hollywood centric.
So Gamergate may have even inspired that. You never know that it was making such a cultural impact that maybe that also kind of came from that as well.
Yeah, it started as journalistic ethics. Everyone remembers the day where all of these game journalists posted at the same time that gamers were not needed anymore. Gamers are dead. Very famous article. And then from there, we all kind of started to get involved. And by 2015, it was even more aggressively involved. By 2016, we're seeing campaigns and stuff. So yeah, I would say the first year to year and a half was very much video game centric, the collusion of journalists. And then it slowly started pushing into other issues and got more and more political. And Me Too is absolutely a part of the conversation. I do remember being a part of that. But it's all a blur at this point. I do believe that there's probably some things that led to it, but at the same time, Hollywood has had that bubble for a long time, and I'm sure that just kind of blew off on its own. But I do remember being part of laughing at Me Too movement. I do remember that.
Tenarian came in with the 10, says, there's a guy whose videos I occasionally watch back during the Gamergate days. One day he started defending Anita Sarkessian, and I stopped watching him. 2 weeks later, he got arrested for soliciting sex from underage girls. In hindsight, predictable. Thanks, Tenarian. Shit. Pepe Tron 91 came in with a $99.99 super chat.
Whoa!
Long time no see side scrollers. Blabs, you deserve an S rank for including Cyberpunk 2077 in gaming history. One of the most amazing and immersive games I ever played. Sorry about your Regina, Blabs. Hope you'll feel better.
I feel better. Thank you.
Good. Pepe Tron, thank you so much for that outstanding support. And hopefully the lady in the video gets some support as well. Joey says, Anita Sarkessian is a perfect example of why I think Arkham City needs to become real. It should be made on an island. After a while, activate Protocol 10 and enjoy the show.
Here's the thing, we didn't even really get, because the Anita conversation is so big, we didn't get to touch on the fact that she actually went actively to studios, with the Halo team and stuff, and she was directly influencing the direction of stuff. It's actually cited by Arcane Studios, who are responsible for Dishonored, that Dishonored 2 had more female influence and female protagonists in the game because of Anita going over there and talking to them, and they rethought their entire game. So there's a lot of reasons to hate this woman. She quite literally changed your video games and started this trajectory where you're seeing this bullshit more and more. She went to the studios actively.
Epsilon Sama says, Anita Sarkessian is a limousine socialist grifter who uses leftist causes to make money to live a pretty bourgeois San Francisco lifestyle.
Bourgeois.
Nice lifestyle. We have this from Tenarian says, Zoe Quinn has quite the body count. And that's not just referring to the people she slept with.
Oh, God.
How is it, though? She's like an ugly, wet bag of shit with a purple wig on. She is not an attractive woman. I could maybe, if she was a 10, but this is a fucking 1 at the bottom of
Phoenix,
a porta potty.
You're dealing with beta males that will just jump at anything that's around them. That's
still have standards, man.
Here is the problem.
That's
Phoenix.
assuming that you're talking to a man. That's not a man.
Good point, Meg.
Billy Bob.
Poor Meg. Gotta call her Mal now.
Here's the problem. The problem is that, as we've discussed on the show multiple times, Men are weak because women have vaginas. And all men think with their small head instead of their big head. So when you got these little soy boys who they should be strong, they're not. And they end up wanting to get their wick wet in any way possible.
I mean, this is stronger men wouldn't do that though.
But you don't need to be a stronger man. Like this is look who was at that party, Phoenix.
Right. I'm just saying, I think it's just weak men in general. I think a stronger man would be able to, still do the right thing and just because of a good looking woman is in front of them.
But Phoenix, we understand that there's been a feminization of a lot of men, and it's been a very slow, creepy turn. And you know what? The media understands that they can manipulate women, because if they manipulate women, they manipulate men. And that's what they do. So they go and they try to target women and get them to feel bad about, oh, I want to be included too. I'm as strong as a man. Look at me, and try to get women to feel like they have to compete with men. And then in turn, those men still, of course, men love women. They want to be there and care for them. And so they fall for women. And then the woman starts to poison the well for them. And it's just this, it's such a huge, it's just such a huge psyop, man. But
that's a good point, Kay. Sorry to interject.
No, please do. Please do.
I feel like, you have a good point. Is all men love women. It's just a matter of how they actually feel like they are going to help the cause. And so some weak men feel like that they love women and support them by being those beta male feminists. And other men realize that the way that you love and support women is by actually being there and being a gentleman and providing and being a man. And it's like two different perspectives on the exact same thing. They all love women. It's just they all have vastly different ideas of exactly how to show that.
Bingo. See?
There we go. We have this from Game Hunter. It says, my Italian cousin wants to be a film director. I desire to make video games. Told my cousin the entire lore of Gamergate 1 and 2. Anita Sarkessian, Quinn, Brianna Wu just last night. Why there's layoffs. Yep. It is deep and it goes far. Hex says, I feel like Kay was underselling it. Zoe Quinn quite literally got in bed with journalists for good game reviews. Yeah.
That's so gross.
There was so much debate back in the day. The overarching narrative is that she did physically actually do that. But what I've seen is a lot of nuanced conversations saying well, she was getting buddy with them. I think she had a roommate at one point that was a journalist. They would go on trips together. And so she was very much getting in bed with journalists. But if that was misconstrued as her actually having relations with them, it's always been very up in the air. But personally, I feel like that's probably what happened. So that's probably why it sounds like I'm underplaying it, is because there's no she definitely slept with this absolute person thing. There is just a lot of hearsay. So I'm somebody that likes to see complete definite proof. But it is my belief, you're spending that much time with all of these men that they probably are trying to sleep with you as well, right? And in turn, you are getting the positive review, the sex for favors, if you will. So there's been a lot of jokes that come out of it, like Five Guys burgers and fries and sex for favors. It's probably true. But it was just a lot of her definitely talking to these people and getting her way up the ladder that way to make her game be known.
Yeah, her manipulation definitely seemed to be a selfish motive and not just coincidence of present company.
Hayden Wayne says in 2012, I think Anita was speaking at the college and talked about how she knew nothing about video games, but quote, this is how you can get into the industry. And a year later, she was talking about how she grew up playing games. Yep. Thank you, Hayden. Appreciate your support, my dude. Mercenary says, I tried to get on Blue Sky when it first started before the scandals. When I did, someone hijacked my account. When I tried to get help, Blue Sky ghosted me from the very beginning. It's cursed. Yeah. We have this from Nathan. Says, I remember when Last Week Tonight featured Anita as an example of online harassment. And the most upvoted comments on the clip were, never feature Anita again. She just lies. Not even normies like her.
That's such a white pill. I'm glad to hear that. Even normies get it.
It's funny. All right. And Tenarian says, actually, We've got Zoe Quinn to thank for Candace Owens, not Anita Sarkessian. Zoe and one of her trans friends got Candace Kickstarter shut down, and only right-wing media were interested in listening to Candace's side of the story.
God, you're right, Tenarian. I totally forgot about that. Wow.
Sunday Stiller says, Phoenix, I just hit my thumb with a 5-pound hammer a few days ago. I pulled the nail off this morning, then went to work. Man!
That's brutal, man. I'm sorry. Oh, God.
Ouch.
Attaboy.
Dark Lelouch says, Candace tie-in. She was in clashes with Zoe Quinn regarding social autopsy. Zoe Quinn being affiliated with Anita and going to UN with her. That's weird. It's crazy how that all ties in, man.
Yeah.
You know who the biggest loser in probably all of Gamergate? I mean, outside
humanity.
Outside of humanity would be there's Anita Sarkessian, there's Zoe Quinn. The biggest loser has got to be Zoe Quinn, the Australian singer-songwriter and guitarist known for atmospheric indie pop sound and emotionally resonating lyrics. This is a second musician who just happens to be named Zoe Quinn. Like, God, that's got to suck.
Poor soul.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, it's got to suck, man. Ugh. Anyways. All right, let's go. We'll get to the rest of your super chats. You guys have a lot to say about this, and we appreciate all your support today. We'll get to all of that before the end of the show, so keep them coming. With that said, let's go and move on to another story here. And man, this is fucking insane. Let's go to That Park Place for this story, as Golden Globes has a brand new category that they want to announce. Did you hear about this, Mally?
No.
They have brought out a brand new Best Podcast category here.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. This is great. Have y'all heard about this?
Actually, no.
We were not included. We were not nominated, unfortunately.
For shame.
I know. We'll work on it for next year.
Discrimination.
I know. They clearly don't like great diverse casts like we have here. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But Golden Globes, of all people, let me just give you the Golden Globe nominees here. These were 6, quote, entertainment-focused podcasts. And I would like to read them off to you here, and you let me know if you've ever heard these before. Number 1, Call Her Daddy. Anybody heard of that?
Unfortunately, yes.
I have, yep.
Armchair Expert.
No.
Good Hang with Amy Poehler.
Yes.
Yeah, I know Amy
know
Poehler.
of Amy.
I know Amy, but I don't know
she had a
that
podcast.
show.
It's a train wreck.
The Mel Robbins podcast.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Know him, not the show.
She's like one of those like self-help type
Never mind.
podcast business thing. Yeah.
I was really hoping it was a Mel Brooks podcast.
No. Smartless is another podcast here.
No.
Don't know.
Okay. And finally, in our entertainment-focused podcast, NPR's Up First.
No.
What are these choices?
Well, they also were very quick to declare that there were no political podcasts that were considered, despite including NPR's
NPR.
Okay.
Right. No political. Okay.
Now, you may be asking yourself, there's a few names missing on there. Most notably, I don't know, Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Literally the king of podcast, who, I thought it'd be fun to kind of take a look at how Joe Rogan compares to these various podcasts here. And I had Grok do a little bit of research for me. As you can see, Amy Poehler here does 1 million views right here, roughly. It's a fairly new show. Joe Rogan does every month between 190 and 200 million views a month, which is literally between 5 to 10x the size of every other podcast here. So, why do we think that is?
Boy, I wonder.
Anyone else?
Club.
Yeah, right. And I think that's the thing to really consider here. Just a quick background on some of these shows here. the Mel Robbins podcast, not familiar with that person, but Amy Poehler, obviously in the club over here. Armchair Expert. This is a podcast that is hosted by Dax Shepard. Familiar?
Dax Flame?
Dax Shepard. Isn't he like Kristen Bell's husband?
Yes.
See, this is all celebrity bullshit.
Yeah.
Correct.
That's why I don't know any of it.
Correct. And Mel Robbins delivers a, quote, science-backed tools of mindset, habits, and relationships.
It's okay. Mel Robbins, I don't enjoy her content personally. Nothing against the woman. I'm sure she's fine. She literally does that thing where she tries to make your businesses better, and she'll try to like tell you how to make your habits better and your, your workflow and everything. So she'll be like, today, I would like you to please just go and find a list of things. And you're going to do this, okay? And you're going to write a list. And you're going to write a list about all the things you need to do. And at the end of the day, you're going to get them done. Like, she's one of those where she like tries to go ASMR type to you and try to tell you like, you're going to make sure that you jump into like an ice bath today. And that's going to help you kickstart your day. These are not like actual quotes from her. I'm just saying she is the person that will be like, this is how you're going to make your life better. And I just find her really obnoxious.
That's like information ripped off of BetterHelp. Like, oh my God.
Like, I'm sure there are people out there who maybe, enjoy that and they want someone to help push them in the right direction. Like, she's trying to do affirmations, right? But to me, it just comes across really creepy when a woman is like saying in my ear, like, hi, you're going to do this. And it's like, no one tells me what to do. Who are you? Like, stop.
That's also not helpful advice. Like, come on. Google told you to do all that. That is not advice.
How is Caleb Hammer not on this list as well?
That's what I was thinking. I love him.
Okay. So let's talk about that, because what they went in here and they said that no political podcast were considered here. Okay. 0.
Oh, well, then there's why.
Yet Rogan's show is not political. He hosts all these people: comedians, actors, musicians, fighters, authors, scientists, left, right. Yeah, as I said, yes, he does conservative guests, but liberals, centrist, apolitical figures, which is why he dominates, which is why he does 100 million views an episode here. And his show categories aren't political. Politics aren't even in his show categories: comedy, culture, and society, not politics here. USA Today frames Rogan as, quote, right-wing, grouping him with Tucker Carlson, Candace Owens, Megyn Kelly, and Ben Shapiro, all of them who were excluded as well. So there we are. It seems like the most backwards way of thinking, but this is the next step here, because Hollywood sees what's happening with podcasts, and they've seen what's been going on with podcasts, that their voice is losing. So they have to start bringing them into the club here and affirming this idea of what a podcast is, so they can affirm their selected podcast and hand those over. Phoenix, I'm sure you definitely can understand this.
Yeah, 100%. This whole thing is all politics. That's not shocking to anyone here. And it's exactly what you said. I couldn't have said it better. It's an industry protecting itself, and then also making sure that their message is loud and clear to the population.
What other podcasts do you think should, you mentioned Caleb Hammer. He does the financial
audit.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. And people have called him
skyrocketing. I was just going to say, you just read the article that explained why he's not on that list, because he's not willing to vehemently condemn one side in favor of the other. He has been called the worst of things. He's very active on X now, so I've been keeping up with him recently. He's just clapping back at him, being like, if this is your opinion, you're the extremist, not me. Like, that's why he deserves to be on the list, but it's also why he never will be.
I think I actually responded to him, just kind of this idea of the whole first time meme, where he's like, are you serious? Like, you're calling me right wing because I think you should have financial responsibility. And he's like, it's like, first time, huh? Yeah.
And he had a bit of a trend on his show where he, at least in like a chunk of his episodes kind of back to back, where it was kind of obvious to all of us that watched that those people were of liberal beliefs. And those liberal beliefs led them to make really poor financial decisions. It's something that we've all known about it. And he's just the bad guy for calling it out.
Yep. It's amazing. So Theo Vaughn also not included. Flagrant 2 not
That's what I would have
included.
put on there. Yeah.
Mhm.
Theo Vaughn.
Yeah.
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 Theo Vaughn like interviews the fucking lunch lady at he interviews garbage men, and it's pretty outstanding stuff. But yeah, too political though for Hollywood.
But like, Call Her Daddy, didn't they do a Kamala interview?
Yes.
Right. So if we're gonna like say, oh, it can't be political, you already have people on there that have done like pretty heavy hitting political interviews. Now, mind you, that interview did not get a lot of views, so maybe that's why they just forgot about it.
Yeah.
But I do remember that being a whole thing. So
Yeah, I agree. And Caleb had the governor of Michigan on, and he was very good about keeping it on just the finances and tried to not get political, but that's not what they did on the Call Her Daddy Kamala episode. So very, very interesting backwards thinking.
By the way, Joe Rogan, he signed a new Spotify deal in 2024 for $250 million.
and somehow doesn't belong on this list. If you're getting that kind of bucks, you're probably the top podcast, right? Like at least up there.
Yes, he is dominant. He's by far the
what?
number one podcast. Yeah. And on top of that, by the way, like, don't tell me it's a non-political list when NPR is on that list. That's exactly what that podcast is. It's a political podcast. It's ridiculous. All right. Tenarian says, not sure how I know this much Gamergate lore. I quit gaming media years before that, when journos started docking game scores for featuring sexy women. My love for boobs never steered me wrong. Poppy!
That's right. Base Tenarian. Let's go.
Thank you very much, Tenarian. And now there she is. Good to see you, Poppy. Great for you to be bouncing around delivering your coffee right there. That's excellent. Missing Dejin says, just remember, Anita made a feminist frequency episode about strategic butt coverings and trying to look at Batman's behind.
It gets really goofy.
Sunder Stiller came and says, Steven Crowder does better than a lot of these folks just on Rumble. This is very true. Very true. All right, I'll tell you what, Max is outside and he's freaking out right now. Blabs, can you read a few super chats before we get to our next story?
I shall.
Thank you.
Nathan for $4.99 says, there's a subplot in the movie School of Rock summed up in a line. I may never get another girlfriend again. That's most men nowadays. Commoner fan says, many desperate left men will bang almost anything with a pulse when given the chance, and left women will use it if they see it as an advantage to them.
It's the thing, like a lot of women on the left then complain about men, but they surround themselves with these complete monkey beta males that just like act like everything that they hate. Maybe the reason why you think that they're so awful is because you are surrounding yourself with the worst possible men you can find.
Yep.
That are creepy and predatory and that do take advantage of you and that do only care about, you know, the sexual relation with you and not necessarily about anything else. And they'll go to any means necessary. You see this in the animal kingdom. It's the same behavior where they just cozy up to the women. And then as soon as, you know, the men goes out to hunt, they come in and they try to create that wedge so that they're the one, because they can't do it on their own merit. They can't just be a strong man and be able to win over a woman. They have to be insidious and act like a woman to get the woman.
Yeah, they're the same ones that scream about toxic masculinity and want to bitch about the side that would actually be kind to them, but then turn around and reward the lowest of the low. Like, yeah, completely agree.
I like this one, but I don't know if we read this already. Flying Walks, K, Blabs. Wow. And you guys all call me crazy. You guys are on a whole another level above me.
Mercenary.
Nailed it.
You know what? Sometimes I love your theories, brother. I'm pretty psychotic and schizo when it comes to my conspiracies, so I appreciate you.
Thank you, Fine Wa. Mercenary for one says, also, Kay, did you get the DM I sent you? Looks like Canada will be part of America soon. Nothing can stop what is coming.
Oh, I didn't see your DM, man. I'll take a look. Did you message on the main Melee Games Twitter? I'll take a look and see. I didn't see that. I
want to put on sarcasm on an all-expense paid to the trip to the moon or the sun. Thanks, Mercenary. Mac for 2 says her boyfriend dated her for 7 to 8 years, so never proposed. Woof.
Dude, when that happens, that's such a painful, like, obvious situation. I feel so bad for the people who are like, we've been dating for 9 years. I'm like, oh, okay. Are you considering moving on to that? Sometimes it's a choice. A lot of the times it's not.
Mr. Rich Low Pitch 6570. I want to say that. How much you want to bet she was getting USAID money?
Oh, bro, 100%.
Yeah.
Nonprofit organization going to the UN. She absolutely was getting so much pocket cash from all sorts of political angles.
Mercenary for 5 says, okay, I keep seeing this thing about prom in both modern cartoons and now even in modern video games. What is with these people in prom?
Oh, can I jump in on that? I don't know if I know anything about the actual realistic of it. I just, the psychological part of it interests me. You know why? Because they're trying to live in the past. It was the only time in their life that they felt like they were on top of anyone or anything. Like they felt like they had some sort of like power dynamic or some kind of elevated status when they were in high school. And
Or they never had it.
Or they never had it and they're trying to make it up. Exactly. And so it's like, but I think honestly, a lot of these people either peaked in high school or were like ignored and now they're trying to pretend like they peaked in high school. Either way, they recreate these things so that they can live vicariously through them again and just pretend like it's okay. It's like you're like 40 and having a prom. That's weird.
A little bit.
Can I chime in here?
Oh, please.
Because here's the thing when it comes to these people in this space, like who are having these proms, I think it's the opposite of peaked, right? I think that what happened is they never had the opportunity. As a matter of fact, they were like, oh, fuck all those people who go to prom. I'm the opposite. Fuck them. But in reality, they're going, nobody likes me.
Never went to prom.
Right. They're not like Phoenix who fucking lives it. They are straight up like Phoenix is like, fuck all y'all, right? Phoenix is about as punk as it gets. And I love it, man. Right. Whereas these folks, they never had an opportunity to be successful. They were, they had plenty of opportunities. They never took them. That's the reality. So they now for the first time have kind of a little bit of power. It's like the cashier who becomes assistant manager for the day and immediately tells everybody to do their fucking job. Like that's what we have. And that's what these people are.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So they got just a teeny little bit of power. You know, Jimmy made me assistant manager for the day. Go get a mop. Fuck off. You know?
I think it's funny because like a couple of years ago, I stumbled upon a person that I went to high school, like their profile. And I was like, what has this person been up to? And in his bio, he had from when we were seniors in high school that he was like champion or whatever of like football, like state champion or whatever. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, wow. Like to this day, it's still in your bio. Like that's it. That's your peak right there.
Oh yeah.
Wild.
No, you have a good point with the distinction, Craig, is that you know the difference between the people that peaked and the ones that are trying to like pretend like they did, because the ones that peaked never let you forget what they accomplished back then because it's all they have.
Man.
Cal says the reframing of Gamergate as gamers just hating all women for no reason is intentional culture retcon to obfuscate wrongdoing.
Yep, 100%, brother.
Thank you. And Scenarian for 10 says, yes, simps are cringe. However, I wonder how many scientific advancements came about because men ask themselves, can I stick my dick in it? I'm sure that won't be clipped. Thank you.
When we get AI bots that people can just physically have fun with, like women are screwed, man.
All right. Let's go and move on to
your face.
I'll tell you what, speaking of being screwed, let's see, we got about 30 minutes left. I want to get to the Hoflation story, but I also want to get to this story here. Now, it's Hollywood related. We'll do that tomorrow. All right, we'll get to the Hoflation story first in just a minute. But we do
have Kirsha on tomorrow if you want to wait Hoflation with Kirsha.
Okay, let's do that. Should we? Golly,
we do have Kay here for WB Games.
All right, let's talk that because it is in the title. All right, so we've been talking about this Netflix WB deal the last little bit, and this is a lot of ongoing conversation about what's going on with this. Is that? By the way, I'm hearing a microphone in my ear. I'm hearing static. Is that anybody else?
Try and mute Mally for a second.
Okay, let's go and mute her. and see if that. Yep, that was definitely her.
Yeah, Mally.
All right, cool. I will, Blabs, let her know that she's muted, please. Okay, so we've been talking about this WB deal, the Netflix deal, and there's a lot going on here. Talking about the evaluation of the company, $83 billion, which is, it's just stupid to even think about. I think it was like 78 billion. Now it's 83, whatever it is. It's just billions of dollars here. And what they do is they go through, they evaluate all these different portions of the company. There's all these different parts of the company and different verticals and different genres and different businesses within the business. And it's just one giant fucking octopus. And one of those tentacles with WB is WB Games. And a part of that $83 billion did not include WB Games because Netflix found absolutely zero value in WB Games, which is really, really funny. As a matter of fact, they said, while they definitely have been doing some great work in the game space, we actually didn't attribute any value to that from the get-go because they're relatively minor compared to the grand scheme of things. That is the co-CEO of Netflix right there.
That's insane. Okay, because Warner Brothers does have a lot of good stuff, and they're like, I'm just stunned. Batman, they have Lego, they have the Nemesis system, which in itself should be incredibly valuable.
Yep, the list of games you can see over on Wikipedia as well.
They may just be looking at the last few years of Warner Brothers games and be like, yeah, we don't care. Ant versus Boot. Because I was reading what they were saying, and they were like, WB Games is like a little, like it's like this big in the grand scheme of things, right? Which is true when you look at Warner Brothers as a whole. It is something very, very tiny in comparison to everything. But also they may be trying to downplay and be like, we don't really care. Yeah, it's just WB Games. We're gonna acquire it all. We don't really care. And then, they have it all.
It plays into my fears a little bit that it's going to be harshly mismanaged, that Netflix is going to have so many different sectors of media and entertainment that they don't understand. And video games is probably the biggest target of that will get affected, and the one I'm personally passionate about. But there's wrestling as well. There's so many different parts of media that they now will have control over. They have no clue the value that they've got there. And so I'm concerned that a lot of things are going to get vaulted, similar to like EA style or Disney style or whatever, where you just never see anything come of them again, even though people want it.
So
to be fair, though, they might actually be right about the whole no value thing. Because yes, in 2023, Hogwarts Legacy made a fuck ton of money, right? I think it's what? Was it 25 million minimum of sales or whatever?
I think it was $1 billion game. I think
it was minimum. I'm saying it made a lot of money. It was the best selling of 2023. Fantastic. I'm not complaining that or denying or disputing or anything. But then afterwards, basically almost everything flopped. So I feel like how much money did they make from Hogwarts Legacy after all the millions of dollars lost? So $100 million was put into Wonder Woman, and that was scrapped, completely gone.
Mortal Kombat failed.
Yeah, Multiverses failed. Suicide Squad failed. Quidditch Champions failed. You have all of these flops that were hundreds of millions of dollars minimum of a flop that maybe after everything's all said and done, it actually doesn't have a whole lot of value in the last few years.
So WB Games experienced this is according to internet.
AI overview?
Yes. Warner Brothers Games experienced a significant 48% decline in revenue during the first quarter of 2025. Primarily due to the absence of new game releases and the underperforming Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, which resulted in a $200 million loss. So, yeah, they've been struggling, to say the least. But, it's funny to see Netflix say something that we've known all along. There's no value there, despite, Mortal Kombat. By the way, Mortal Kombat, it may have failed, but it's still... at least according to Ed Boon, the best-selling Mortal Kombat game, the most recent one. So, I don't know.
Mortal Kombat 1? Is that they're talking
Mortal
about?
Kombat 1.
I believe so, yes.
That number has to either be based on inflation or the fact that we're at a record high of how many people are playing video games now. Therefore, by natural association, you would have higher sales. There's something with these modern numbers, and I'm like, none of it makes sense because the quality is like so sharply declined, and they keep constantly claiming that it's best selling. Is this like New York's bestseller book where they just slap a sticker on because it's part of a club? Is it actually getting the most sales? There's just so many questions I have there, and not enough visibility on actual sales.
All right, so Mortal Kombat 1, and this is kind of shocking, sold 6.2 million copies since it's released, and it is the #1 modern selling fighting game, outpacing Street Fighter 6 and Tekken 8. So it is the best-selling modern fighting game.
Yeah, I'm just looking that Mortal Kombat 11, which I believe was the one before it, sold over 15 million.
Over 15 million?
If information I'm seeing right is, it said Mortal Kombat 11 sold over 15 million units worldwide by 2022, making it the best-selling game in the franchise.
Okay. Well, yeah, then Mortal Kombat 1, like if you get chopped down to a third, that's pretty rough. But still, that's crazy. Well, Mally, I think you'll enjoy this with the idea of a potential merger. We saw this clip going around and wanted to share this with you as well. Get your initial reactions to movie intros in 2026.
Oh, because they did the acquisition. So it's like Warner Brothers and Netflix. I guess Paramount too. HBO. Also, Pixar.
Jared Kushner helped out with this one too.
Got him overstimulated. It hasn't even started yet.
What's that on that mean, ho? You know, this might not be the best. Yeah, let's turn this off.
Yeah, valid.
That's beautiful.
Valid. That's totally what's going to happen. Monopolizing the market.
Mally, what are your thoughts on the idea of Netflix getting a hold of all these brands, companies?
I mean, I'm worried. I've been worried since the Obamas were in charge of Netflix years ago, and they made all these shit calls to get rid of shows that everyone likes and add a bunch of inappropriate ones like Cuties. And now we're going to watch what happens to all the other companies when they have their eyes on money instead of, like always, they have their eyes on the money instead of what's actually going to be best for their company long term. And that's if not current, that is our future, because it's just going to go down into the toilet. I don't have any faith in that. It's just when you compile everything into one giant thing, you don't allow any kind of creativity. You're not allowing anything unique to pop up. That's why I like Angel Studios, because they're staying on their own and they won't get bought out by anyone. I've never liked Netflix, and so I have a strong feeling I'm not going to like anything that they like steal and make. It's exactly how I feel about Disney owning Marvel and Star Wars. When companies who don't know what the fuck they're doing buy IPs just for the sake of owning the IP, like 9 times out of 10 in my experience, they run it into the toilet. They have no business being involved with those things. They just use them for the money garner that they are. Like they're not going to be quality. That's farthest thing from.
Blabs, thoughts on Netflix owning Harry Potter?
Oh, if you've been listening to me for like the last 4 months when all this WB acquisition.
Well, I haven't, so please tell us.
Well, I'm trying to get to it, saying that I've been 100% against this entire time. What I've always wanted was Warner Brothers to just somehow fix their own shit, fix their whole management, because the writing's been on the wall actually for like WB Games in particular for like the last 6 months or so. They were saying over the summer that we're going to restructure. We're going to only focus on 4 IPs. It would be Mortal Kombat, DC, Harry Potter, and there was something else I'm totally blanking on right now. And it was just going to be those 4 IPs that they'd be focusing on. And I'm wondering if they're already thinking about like this whole acquisition, being bought out like 6 months ago. Yes, right? So like,
it doesn't happen overnight, so yes.
Yeah, they're fucked. So I did not want this at all. And I gotta be honest, just talking about like HBO for 2 seconds, they love Black Snape over there. They do at Netflix, because they're like very prominent with the whole race swapping. So you gotta wonder if they're not gonna affect the first 2 seasons, or maybe season 2 and on of HBO Harry Potter, what else they're gonna do to it? Like they're gonna shit all over everything is my point. So yeah, Game of Thrones. Thank you, chat. That's the 4th one.
I don't disagree at all. All right. Let's see. Yeah, Mal, you are sounding a little bit better now. Excellent.
Am I? Okay, good. Sorry.
Okay. Mary says, if you deduct quarterly losses from revenue, I'm surprised WB Games didn't have to pay Netflix. We also have Jester says, I'm pretty sure Paramount has Netflix outbid right now. Oh, I'm sure that'll change. But either way, the point is like, whether it's Paramount, Netflix, whoever, it's a consolidation of everything into one, and it's fucking scary. A homogenization of content. Yeah. Kalichi says, my guess is they're trying to downplay the division because they know the deal hasn't closed and Paramount is still after it, trying to save every bit. Mercenary says, wow, Craig, your side-scroller stuff owned by WB Netflix has more value than their game division. Let's go. All right. Congratulations. You know what the irony of all this is if this deal would have gone through, now this has not happened because it has since been sold, but so the company, so when I sold Screw Attack, that was bought by, and this, you follow me here. When I sold Screw Attack, that company was bought by a company called Full Screen. Full Screen was bought by WB. WB was then acquired by Warner Brothers, was acquired by Discovery. Discovery became Warner Brothers Discovery. Then it became WB. Now it's being acquired by Netflix. So somewhere in the giant sands of internet content and content, there potentially could have been a tiny little grain of Screw Attack sand on the giant beach desert of Netflix weird world. I don't know. It's crazy.
It's kind of incredible to think about.
Yes, it is. It's silly to think about. And the thing is, they would have no idea. There's so much shit that they own, they don't even know they own, you know? So, nuts. Commodore fan says, I never went to prom in high school on purpose because my high school charged too much for tickets, hired a lame DJ, and me along with my friends didn't care. There you go, Commodore fan. Let them know. Midget Menace says, people who have high school accomplishments in their bios 20 years later are the ones who send the tacky family holiday letters about how many times they shit all year. What? I've never received
letters like that.
I want to get one of those letters. That sounds fun.
Maybe I'll send you one of those this year.
Thank you.
Oh my God.
All right. We'll get to the rest of your super chats, direct donations, and Rumble rants before the end of the show. But I did want to show you ladies the cringiest thing I think I've ever fucking seen in my life. Now, ladies, look, we talk about how sometimes guys, they're looking, the dating pool, let's just be real. It's tough out there sometimes, right? Guys looking for girls, girls not necessarily looking for guys, right? In this situation, because they have their standards. It's hoflation, which we'll talk about in a little bit. Well, let's just say this. If this guy can get a girl, literally anybody can get a girl. I'd like to introduce you to this 31-year-old man. And let's go check out this
The bars signify safety. And it's something babies have when they grow up. They know that their bed is safe.
Good boy. Are you ready for your nap, Stanley?
No.
Aww.
No.
What are you showing me? This is what the hell?
Is this a TLC show? This is like, oh my God, what?
Is he drinking piss?
Sure looks that way.
I sure hope so.
God, that'd be so fucking funny. He's just over here drinking a pee. Blabs, you looking for a man? I think I may have one for you. There he is.
I'm good, thank you.
No, okay, all right. Mally, look, I know you got plans, but I'm just saying it's not too late.
No,
Yeah,
it
it is
was
not
late.
too
It was
late.
Too late before I was born. It was too late. Oh my God.
You want to keep going?
No.
No.
I'm horrified. Yes.
What if I read you a really fun story first? We can cuddle up.
Oh, okay.
Even though Stanley's 31, he still hasn't learned how to sleep alone. His girlfriend at Dotney handles pretty much everything for him. To Stanley,
This has
life
to
is
be a
one big
parody.
baby mode. He likes acting like a 2-year-old, old enough to grab things, old enough to ask for whatever he wants. Most 2
Okay, I'm just gonna.
Why is she so skinny compared to him? I want to know what the fuck's up. This has to be a parody.
Oh my God.
You say that,
Oh my God.
but there's a lot of videos about this right here.
I really hope it's just a parody account.
I don't think it is.
let's go and finish this video.
Yeah.
Hell.
Let's watch the whole thing. Let's do it.
Please, for the love of God, please, let's finish this.
Yes.
God help us.
Everyone shut up. Get back to the video.
Phoenix is
I
like,
need a
"There's no hope."
shower. I need 8 shower with bleach.
Well, maybe you need your diaper changed.
I need
like this guy.
alcohol.
Year-olds don't use bottles anymore, but Stanley's nowhere near giving his up. His favorite moment of the day is sitting in his chair eating baby food. He never feeds himself. Avdatni has to spoon feed him, and he wiggles around whenever he gets excited. She even changes his diapers. Their day is basically a mix of games and baby.
God.
No.
Sorry, changes his diapers? Did I hear that correctly?
You did. I'm expecting a mail from the letter from this guy telling me how many bowel movements he's
Sending me
had.
the most is that this is a random movie page TikTok page, TikTok page. So they're just like ripping content and reposting it with a narration, which the narration is making it creepier. And second of all, in the hashtags it literally says my obsession. So this was a fucking TLC show.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. How do you change the diaper of a whale?
It's a big boom boom. Uncle says it's just like Kay and James.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Comfortable.
We still have 7 seconds, which we're gonna watch.
No.
Time. And it makes her feel like she married a toddler. Want to see what happens next? Hit follow.
Married?
Okay, back up. If that's what her
married
goal
to
is,
nothing.
does that not bring up a red flag for her? I mean, I thought he was the red flag. Now I'm shifting that she's the red flag because she wants to be married to a toddler.
Is the enabler.
Yes.
Is this like the legal way to get around pedophilia? Is you just find someone who's slightly more fucked up than you and willing to portray that age play role and like, oh my God.
Everything about this makes me want to just start punching the air. It's
The meteor can hit now. Now's the time.
yeah.
Send it.
I'm sorry.
Mm-mm.
I saw it, so you have to see it.
I don't know if that's the rule.
I don't know why, but
I don't like that rule.
All of a sudden I thought of Shrek. Married to the Muffin Man. He's so fucking fat, man.
Oh my God.
The Muffin Man.
I don't know why. I mean, it wasn't him drinking his own piss that got me. It was his little fat feet dangling on his little. That's what got me.
Ankles dangling from
little
the
fat feet.
high
Little...
chair.
Oh my God.
How does that chair hold him?
It's reinforced. Okay.
Reinforced high chair.
Bolts.
Oh.
Can you imagine, just to say, number one, that there's a market for adult baby chairs, right? And let's just say there's not. Let's just say he's outside and he's not being a 2-year-old at this time. And he's out there like sawing wood. He's doing hammers. And Frank, his neighbor, comes out. And he's like, "What you doing there, John?" He's like, "Oh, just making a baby chair for me and my wife. I'm going to go eat some baby food a little bit later on and drink my piss." And husband and the neighbor's just like, "Oh, all right, well."
You too?
Yeah.
I mean, that guy is large and old enough to commit a domestic, and he is playing toddler with her. What?
I'm with you, Mally. I think that there's definitely, it's not about him, it's about her. The fact that she's
I mean, he's
erasing
fucked,
this.
but she's debatably more fucked up. Like,
I'm
to
with you.
condone it and play a part of it when she on the street would be like, "Oh, normal person." Little do you know what that person at the grocery store is really into.
Stanley is a complete stud and role model to us all.
Make that woman clean up your dookie. Let's go.
Can you just imagine? Can you just imagine him like? Oh, I don't even want to imagine. He just wakes up and he goes, "Wow, wow!" It's not even like trying. It's like what's the character in Roger Rabbit? Who
Baby Herman.
Yeah, Baby Herman. He goes, "Wow, wow!" Change my diaper.
Oh, he's Baby Herman grown up.
I'm sure that'll be clipped. All right.
No, he's the one from Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. He's the grown-ass man that's like playing the part of the baby that he was on the billboard. If anybody even knows what I'm talking about. He's a grown ass man that's standing in a diaper. It's from Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. Just take my word for it.
Okay, noted. Zinnick says Craig doing Kirsha proud. Wasn't expecting psychic damage on side scrollers. Well, Kirsha's on tomorrow, right?
Right.
Should we bring back this guy for tomorrow?
Please, no.
Yes.
Did you see how happy
The answer is
Phoenix
yes.
was for this? Yes, absolutely. Okay, we'll definitely do that
Thank you.
tomorrow for Kirsha. Oh my God.
Damn,
Okay.
I will be taking a
Glad that you
sick
sent
day
it to you.
tomorrow.
Hippie Tree Hugger for 500 kicks. Our kick supporter says, okay, which is worse, the furry diaper baby or this whacked out Fruit Loop?
Oh, furries. Always furries. Always.
Torgo says, weirdo fetishes don't count, Craig. I'm sorry. Cladix, I'm making a baby chair. Oh, you have a baby? No. God. John says, went to push start play, Craig. It's definitely the best arcade I went to. Please do an event there. It definitely would be a great place to do it. John, you mentioned that yesterday. I'm glad you saw the greatness that is Push Start Play, the greatest arcade I've ever been to, which we'll do an event there in time. We'll get things planned for 2026. It's got to line up. You got here's the thing about doing an event like that. I feel like it's got to line up with other events. Like there's got to be some sort of bigger event that draws like thousands of people to it, and then we'll kind of do our own little thing. But I just don't know if our audience travels for those things. I don't know. So should we just do our own thing? But I don't know. All right, we'll get to that. And John, thank you very much for that. We'll get to some sort of discussion on doing a big arcade event later. So, okay, we only have a few minutes left in the show, and with Mally here, I think it's only time to have the greatest segments on the internet. Blabs, where's the asset?
We don't have an asset. What are you talking about?
You don't? Yes, you do. You made a popcorn. You made a popcorn.
You made it
bucket.
for all of 2 seconds, and then you deleted it.
Well, yeah, but I thought you just have it. You wouldn't just delete it after you upload it. Surely you have
You
it, right?
deleted it off of StreamYards, and it's somewhere on my drive.
Well, I know. Find it and put it up on the. Surely you titled it like Popcorn Talk or something like that.
I did.
The confidence in your organization.
She's a quick one there.
I have it. It's literally right here. Okay, I just gotta go and add it back. Although I don't know if this is the one that Phoenix fixed or not. I don't remember anymore.
Arrogant Hallow says, to ever put this man baby thing on the run sheet, thank you for ruining my day. Can we get a palate cleanser? Also, Kay, who's your DOA main? Mine used to be Hayabusa, but pivoted to Hanaka.
Ooh, I go between Helena Kasumi and Hitomi, and of course I love Tina because she's a great wrestling babe. So I got a few.
Mally, just can I share our private chat real quick?
Oh, yeah, sure.
From Mally in our private chat. Blabs, I sent you the man baby if you want to. Blabs, I don't want it. Thanks.
Yeah, it's in your DMs on X right now.
I know it is.
It's not that bad.
I know it is. Here it
That's the
is.
example I was bringing up.
Here it
This
is.
Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. Here he is.
Oh, okay.
See, it's not that bad.
Oh,
Good point here. Master P says Anita and Stanley would make a great couple. Yeah, it's great. Thank you, Master P. 28. Blabs, did you upload it yet?
I did.
That's the old one.
Yeah, it is. I can't find the one that you fixed.
All right, popcorn bucket talk it is. It's a talking popcorn bucket, you see. It's hilarious. Hey, fill us in. What's going on here, Mally? Look, this looks like the coolest popcorn bucket I've seen.
Well, yeah, this was like the only one I could find. That's why there's only like one other one, and it's not as cool in my opinion. But yeah, here's the Godzilla popcorn bucket.
That is badass.
It's pretty cool. I dig it. Yeah, jaw moves and everything. It doesn't look
buying
like
this
it holds
bucket.
a ton. And also
It's like a
cleaning it looks
Pez head of popcorn.
But yeah, it is. I can't imagine it would be easy to hold. You're probably
No.
in the theater fucking just like deep throating this Godzilla to get your popcorn. But yeah.
The idea of Godzilla I could definitely see people unhinging his mouth for other things.
Yeah, they're servicing themselves with Godzilla.
Yeah, 1,000%.
Cockzilla?
Hey,
I'm just saying, like, I think that's where we all went to immediately, right? I know, at least I know Kay did, right?
Maybe it's Godzilla.
Well, my brain's in the
'cause,
gutter,
like,
so there's that.
yeah.
What's that, Melly?
Yeah, you heard me.
Okay. Well, do we know anything about how much this is going to cost, or we just know that it visually is a popcorn bucket? That's it.
We just know that it is a popcorn bucket. I will look up the cost right now if you want to know.
I need all information possible because I want to own the bucket.
$45
Got you.
according to Alamo Mart.
Oh.
Okay.
This item is available for pre-order. Estimated ship date January 2026. It's going to be 12 inches tall. Hand wash recommended. Limited edition.
The
Yeah.
fact that you can ship them now. When were the days when you'd had to show up to a theater to get a popcorn bucket? Now they're just shipping them to you. That just shows how novelty they are.
I'm with you on that. That's weird.
Yeah.
All right, and then we have this one as well, which coming from I said this before, I'll say it again. I don't understand it. I don't get why Avatar is a big deal. It's going to make $1 billion, but I also think it's money laundering. Now we have a popcorn bucket for that, which is
Yeah, I actually think this is kind of cool. I never got the Avatar thing at first either, but my fiance's really into it, and so he showed me the series. And now I've seen Way of Water, and we're gonna go see Fire and Ash. I actually think the Banshees are kind of cool. Maybe I'm biased because they're part of Disney now, and like Disney kind of takes everything and makes it a little bit more like engaging and you know, you can mill the lightsaber, you can have a little shoulder pet banshee, all that kind of stuff now. So I think it's kind of cool. The sippy cups kind of look neat, but I obviously like the full-on banshee popcorn bucket there because that's cool. Like if you had that sitting on a shelf with like some other like things sitting on top of it, or if you had like a actual figurine of one of the characters like Jake Sully or something, that'd be kind of cool. But yeah, this one's a lot more detailed than the other one for the new Fire and Ash coming out.
I can't even find a price for it.
Yeah, I was just looking at it. It looks like it will vary.
$39.99.
The smaller ones are 15 to 25, and
oh wow,
the
no,
other one,
that's
the
actually
figure is $75 to $80. Yeah, and they were being sold at the like El Capitan Theater, so like probably for the premiere they were selling them there.
60 ounces, that one.
Yeah.
Damn, bro, it's a lot of popcorn.
That one actually looks like it holds a lot because you could probably hide a lot of it inside of the Banshee versus Godzilla is probably a lot more for just... If you actually went back to I saw it before we switched pages, but somebody in the comments was very much validating the inappropriate nature of use that people have in mind for the Godzilla popcorn bucket. So it's pretty funny. They were definitely playing into that.
Too toothy. Don't do it, lads.
Gum jobs.
Yeah, what was the one?
Sorry,
that's the opposite. Never mind. Damn it.
Was it Dune? Was that the really creepy one that they made with the... That was the other one that people were going to use inappropriately.
Also too toothy. Why would you do that to yourself?
Yeah.
For the rush.
Yes, guys, why would
Well,
you?
okay, wait. I guess are the teeth actually sharp on it? I thought they were kind of rounded. So I guess you could get away with it if you're ballsy. Yeah, they're rounded teeth. So I mean, it's not. I guess.
Look, the lads know out there. You want to dodge the teeth as much as humanly possible. If it's there, get out.
Craig left.
I'm just saying.
Listen. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It was Dune. Dune had a crazy one. I think that was
the butthole.
Yeah. See, that one's a lot more the path of inappropriate nature rather than Godzilla. Don't do that to Godzilla.
You won't enjoy that.
No, nobody's meant to enjoy that. Craig, you're safe now. Oh.
Oh, okay.
Well, all right. So let's talk about the Buzz Lightyear sippy cup. So I want to bring him back.
I got to be honest. I just kind of wanted to hear the ladies continue to go with that. Or whatever. Oh shit! Sorry, I didn't mean to put you next to her. There we go.
Oh.
Thank you. Yeah, I was about to get upset with you there.
There we go. Okay,
Thank you.
now we're in better spot here. There we go.
Thank you.
All right. I saw somebody mention that we're not going to expose Mally to a Dark Side Phil today. I haven't seen a whole lot of Dark Side Phil news, to be honest with you. Like he kind of pops up on my timeline, and then occasionally it just goes away. So feel free to send it to us so we can educate Mally every couple weeks because there's always something.
All good.
I think it's important that you do that. It's good.
Yeah. Critical.
Hippie Tree Hugger came in and says, I got to stop being in a blast range of my artillery in Fallout 76. Good idea. Bike Shorts says, sometimes a little teeth doesn't hurt. He also says, I think you're supposed to eat like a bird. So basically mouth to mouth to get your popcorn.
Oof.
Game Under Serious says, normal men and women, I was saving this one for my Oshi Kirsha-sama. My lesbian ex-girlfriend is still stalking me online. She's mad that I'm more happy and somehow attracting women without trying. Congratulations. And sorry you dealt with the psycho.
Yeah, seriously, man.
Yeah. Commodore fan says, I used to work for Lycos Chats back in the day, back in the late 90s, early 2000s as a paid chat mod. Some of the stuff I had to read give y'all lifelong trauma. Jesus, no thank you. No thank you. Matt Dubb says, Anita married herself. I, on the other hand, married my Dune popcorn bucket.
Attaboy.
Matt won.
Makariv says Netflix already sent an email to every subscriber telling them they've secured Warner days ago. Whether they jumped the gun, there is anyone's guess. Sometimes
they also put out a post on Instagram saying, look what we're doing.
Right. Sometimes there's an initial announcement and it needs to kind of get through some other things in a situation like that. So, yeah. Game Hunter Serious says, my Italian cousin built himself a $3,000 PC to work on his film projects for film festivals. He mentioned last night, everyone is woke and pushing their agendas. Actors with massive egos are bailing out of his thing, huh? It sucks. Rod says, over here in Mexico, we don't have prom. And to see that as an, quote, important factor on any media is laughable. Shows they never grew up, and it shows.
Mm-hmm.
Suna Soul Silver says, Kay, as a fellow Canadian, Canadian, we have to be crazy to live through our own country. Don't be like us, America. Learn from our mistakes.
I got off the plane yesterday, and the first thing I heard when I landed in Canada was some gay man going, hey, and I just wanted to end it all. I was just like, I'm done. I was like, okay. Cool.
Imagine if you wore your Kamala shirt.
Who took that?
Everyone would have flocked to me for that one, right? It was painful. And then what did I do? I went home. I went to a restaurant and they hand me a paper straw. And I'm like, this country is awful. Why am I here? I miss plastic straws.
You miss
American freedom. I miss American freedom.
Fucking freedom.
Too bad you need it in the vagina.
By the way, that was
I don't know if I would say she's the embodiment of freedom, but okay.
I'm with you on that. All right. Reese says the WB Games deal. I just want the Midway collection up on Steam. I'm gonna harp on about this to this day. I want Smash TV. Damn it, Reese. There's other ways you can play it, buddy. There's other ways you can play it, Reese. There are other ways. Dway says too late for 26, but can we get an 80s style side scrollers calendar? Every month is a different crew member. Maybe include significant dates for game releases. I like it.
Yeah. Put me in charge of the game release dates, though, please.
Well, you can't really. It'd have to be an ongoing thing.
I'll put
I'm
my
just saying
birthdays
there's
on the months too.
Look, I'm just saying there's someone else on this panel that will not recognize the proper games on that calendar, and that's in print. You can't reverse that.
It's a good point. Good point. Dak Forever says, in the days of Atari, you made the best game you could make in the time you had. Who is setting the release date should be fired. Thank you, Dak Forever. Commodore also says, any thoughts on the Google Year in Search 2025 video? I think they missed so much and barely showed the POTUS. I'm not surprised. I haven't seen this. Maybe
I didn't hear about that at all.
Maybe pop this on for later this week, Blabs. Google Year in Search 2025. Thank you, Commodore fan. Appreciate that. Okay, great place to wrap. We have a lot of things going on tomorrow. Kirsha will be joining us. Should be a great show as always with Mally and Kay here. Ladies, do you have anything going on that you wanted to tell everybody about?
I'll be streaming later today on Rumble, and I have another episode of Mouse News coming out soon. But besides that, all my links are in my link tree.
Right.
Well, at Melee Games, you can find us over on Rumble, YouTube, all the fun places, Kick, Twitch, and we got a lot going on, folks. We're doing a lot of gaming roulettes right now. So if you want to experience some retro consoles, we've played through a Sega CD, we've played through the 32X, we've played through the Atari Jaguar. Like, we're playing through a bunch of stuff right now, and I have even more planned, and it's going to get crazy, and I'm sure I'm going to scream at video games. So if you want to rage at some retro games with me, come hang out.
John asks, are you streaming the Game Awards tomorrow to promote the Real Game Awards like you did last year? I got to be honest, I didn't even know that it was happening. I didn't even know that Jeff's show was happening. So maybe, and if we do, we'll let you know. What time is it at? 6, 7?
Aww.
Have a good day, everybody.
No, I had to. Fuck that.
Thank you, Blabs.
Anyway,
Blabs.
people gotta try to keep it down. Don't let them. You guys gotta go get them. We'll see them tomorrow. Back at it again with Kirsha. Fatality. Fart. Yay. Bye.